Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the introduction scenario for Fast Action Battle the Bulge. We will be playing this introduction scenario as the Germans, and our goal is to seize and control Bastogne. Of course, the American player has to prevent that. We will be playing 3 turns, and whoever controls Bastogne in the end of the game will win the game. Most likely, both players will end up occupying Bastogne, and then we will just calculate or sum up all the combat points, and the German player subtracts 2 points for each territory not controlled, and those are, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce all of those names, Ettelbruck, Hovelese, Noville, right? Yeah, Sprimont and Seabrit over there. And we will be playing as the Germans, and because the Battle of the Bulge was a surprise attack done by the Germans, it would be strange if the Americans could fire first or could start first. Let me get the game turn marker ready. Where is it? Game turn. We will start turn 1 on December 16th as the Germans in the combat phase. The start of the game always starts with the German combat phase. And as you can see, we have some territories over here in which we need to resolve combat. Let's start in the north over here. So let's reveal these units to you. We don't know yet what the American player has there, the US forces. We have an elite unit over there, and we have a green unit over here. We have some assets available. A normal artillery, 2 rocket artilleries, and for the blue zone we have an engineer asset and an artillery asset, and we have got some reserve markers and some field assets over here. For this battle I'm gonna assign a normal artillery and a rocket artillery. The allied player in turn 1 never starts with any assets, so he cannot assign any artillery to this battle. The reason why I am assigning 2 artillery assets over here is because I want to rush over to Weiswampach and then go straight to Bastogne. As you can see here in the middle, we have some rivers to cross, which will make it more difficult for us. And in the north, we only have to cross 1 river. So, I've assigned 2 artillery units over here. Now, let's point out who is going to be our lead unit in the battle, who's going to take the first hit if we take one. And I am going to assign this unit as my lead unit over here. The reason why is because I don't want this unit to lose its elite status. So we have assigned this unit as our lead unit in this battle. The allied player only has 1 unit over there, so this is going to be their lead unit. And as you can see over here, they have a fieldwork marker, which means this unit is digged in. Let's resolve the combat. First, we can of course start firing with the artillery. And because we have assigned 2 artillery units, we can fire with 2 dices. Base success number is a 5. It will be a -1 because they have a fieldwork marker over there. So we need to throw a 1, 2, 3, or 4. And we threw a 7 and a 4, as you can see here. Which means we have 1 hit. 1 hit is always absorbed by removing the fieldwork marker. And because we have fired the artillery, also the artillery assets are going into the used box out of your screen. Now we go to ground fire, and in ground fire the defender can always shoot first. It's an infantry unit, it's a veteran unit, firing against my lead unit, of course. And my lead unit is a green unit, so he gets a +1 firing against this unit. He only has 1 pip, so he can only fire with 1 die. The base success number for him is 6. He throws a 9, which is a miss, a horrible miss. Now we can fire. First I'm gonna fire with my lead unit over here. And we have a -1 because we are firing against a veteran unit. We also get a -1 because of the terrain modifier over here, as you can see. They don't have a fieldwork marker anymore, so we don't get a -1 for that. So that will make our base success number a 3, -2. So base success number is a 3, we can throw with 2 dices. Because we have 2 pips on our block. And we have a 2. And we have a 3, which is 2 hits. Now we can fire with this unit, of course. The armored elite unit. And which means we can have a +1 because we are elite. We get a +1 because we are armored, which makes our base success number a 7. However, we get a -1 for the terrain modifier. So our base success number is... 6. Am I saying that correctly? Yeah, +1 elite, +1 armored, makes it 7, -1 for the terrain modifier. Yes, we scored 2 hits with this unit. Now we can throw with that unit as well. 3 dices. It's a 1, it's a 6, and a 7. So we scored 4 hits in total. Of course, 1 hit can be absorbed by retreating and getting a disordered marker, which is a disrupted marker, as they like to call it in this game. And the other hit, the second hit, now, well, do the math. They have only 1 step, so they are eliminated from the game. However, we have 2 more hits remaining. So now we can do a moral check. And because this unit is elite, we have a +2 for the moral check. Our base success number will be 7. We roll with 1 die. It's a 6. So that means we get an exploitation marker on the unit. Let me find that one. Ah, I found one. This unit gets an exploitation marker. We can resolve that soon. We're not done yet because we have some combat to resolve in this province, in Marnach. We have a elite unit, an armored elite unit in that area. We are going to run rocket artillery to this battle. The allied unit doesn't have any artillery, so they cannot assign any artillery to this battle. This will, of course, be our lead unit, as that is the only unit in this area. And for the allied player, that is the same. We are fighting against a 1-step unit, but it's digged in, as you can see. First of all, let's throw for the artillery. The artillery gets a -1 because of this fieldwork marker over here, so our base success number will be a 4. We throw a 2. Great. So we can remove this fieldwork marker. And I will put this artillery unit in the used box. Now it's time for ground fire. The defender can shoot first, and there are some modifiers in this battle. This American unit is firing against an elite unit, so it gets a -1. It's armored, so it gets another -1, which is -2 now. But this unit has a river assault marker, so that will give him a +1. So the base success number is 4 in this case, and it can throw with 1 die. -2 +1. Yeah, that's correct. 4, 1 die. It's a 1. They score a hit. And this unit will lose a step. And as you can see now, it went from an elite unit to a veteran unit, which is not so good, but let's see how this will turn out. We can fire now, and we get a +1 because we are armored. So that's a base success number of 6. We get a -1 because of the terrain modifier, which makes it a 5 again. And we get a -1 for the river assault marker. So our base success number in the end will be 4. But we can fire with 3 dices. So let's hope for a hit. Great. It's a 1. Another 1. And a 6. We scored 2 hits. 1 hit is absorbed by retreating this unit to this area, and it will be disrupted. However, we have a second hit to resolve, and because this unit is only a 1-step unit, it will be eliminated from the battle. And we have taken control over Marnach. Great. However, we lost 1 step. Well, doesn't really matter. Let's resolve the last combat over here in the bottom. We have 1 unit over here. The Fallschirmjägers, a 3-step veteran unit. We can assign 1 artillery asset to this battle. We are gonna do that. The allied player, again, doesn't have any assets. We only have 1 unit here, so this is our lead unit. The allied player only has 1 unit, so that needs to be his lead unit. And first of all, we can fire with our artillery. We have a -1 because of the fieldwork marker. Let's throw 1 die for the artillery. It's a 4. It's a hit. So let's remove this fieldwork marker over here. Basta. And let's put this artillery unit, oh, I'm sorry, in the used box. Alright, ground fire. This unit can fire. There are no modifiers. It's firing against a veteran unit. There are no fieldwork markers. There are no river assault markers. There is nothing. So the base success number is 5. And we can throw with 1 die. And it's a 3. Wow. It scores a hit. This unit takes a step loss. It turns now into a 2-step unit. We can fire. We have a modifier. Why? We have a terrain modifier. We get a -1 for the terrain. And because they don't have any fieldwork marker anymore, we keep at that -1. So our base success number is 4. We can fire with 2 dice. Oh, wow. It's a 1 and it's a 3. Unbelievable. So we can retreat. This unit will get disrupted. Bam. Of course, we have another hit to resolve over here. And this unit... Oh, I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry. This unit will be eliminated. Oh, which one? This unit. This unit will be eliminated. And we have taken full control over Die Kirch. Great. We lost 1 step though. And we have used a lot of artillery. But hey, it's worth. It's worth. Alright, that was the combat phase. Now let's go to the reaction and breakthrough phase. Now the non-facing player, in this case the allied player, can decide to move units in reserve. They don't have any units in reserve, so it stops over there. We have breakthrough movement. And we have 1 unit with an exploitation marker, so it can cross 1 area. So we can move this unit into Weiswampach, and there it has to stop. And we get rid of this exploitation marker. All right. That is the end of the breakthrough combat. Breakthrough movement. I'm not getting into a contested area, so there's no combat over there. Let's get into the supply phase. Well, both players over here, me and the allied player, are in supply. So nothing happens. There are no units disordered. They are all eliminated. Otherwise, we had to flip the marker. A moral check. Now everyone is in supply. And then we have the marker removal. So I'm going to take this river assault marker and put it away. All right. And that was it for the German player. Now we are moving the game turn marker and we're going into the allied game turn. Oh. But the allied player cannot do that much. I mean, let's go into the admin phase. He cannot draw any events right now. He only has a reserve marker, which he won't use right now. There are no units that he won't place in Brazil in reserve. He can move this unit to Bastogne, but he won't do that. He wants to keep there and prevent me from going to Bastogne. So that's it for the allied player. He's not going to do anything. which is fine. Defending is also good. So, that was it for turn 1. We are going into turn 2, and turn 2 you can watch in another video. I hope to see you then, and let's see if we can control Bastorn by the end of turn 3. See you guys later.